ain't tripping, this is easy, easy. Got 'em excited to meet me. I got diamonds, you got CZs. Wake up, get to it, and repeat. Hey, I ain't hearing nothing haters say. Let them talk about us. My whole crew is about 100 deep. Gotta walk around it. I kill it and then I walk away with the chalk around it. I just get low key and watch them talk about it. I'm in New York and we finna get loose. Squeeze the big apple and give me the juice. Don't wanna talk, I just do what it do. My alter egos can fill up a room. Hop on the flight, take a trip to Peru. Yeah, hop in the whip, that is missing the roof. My woman a fire, just look at my boom. I'm the almighty, I'm feeling like Bruce. Ooh. I don't need much, ability to do. Ooh. Breaking the hearts and breaking the rules. Ooh. 10 out of 10, I'm feeling like two. I ain't tripping, this is easy. Got 'em excited to meet me. I got diamonds, you got CZs. Wake up, get to it, and repeat. Hey, I ain't hearing nothing haters say. Let them talk about us. My whole crew is about 100 deep.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the LA Chargers. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And a signal there for the fair catch, so this opening drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Morrison. Flushed out right. And his first look is incomplete. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a first carry for the former Tar Heel, Javonte Williams. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Morrison. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
The Broncos send out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10. Just shy of the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Escaping the pressure right. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week. An unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Second and 10.
Hey, easy. We'll go orange. Let's go.
Herbert. He finds his man, complete. It's Buchanan.
They'll come up now 3rd and 9.
Justin Herbert looking to pass.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Patrick Queen. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Let's go now.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Second and 9.
Again, it's Williams. They follow up the 1st down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Off play action. Morrison. Rush coming, and he's taken down. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Their second drive here, the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there the last time out.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. 23 yards on the play. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Inside the 40.
That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
So they go pass, now they go run, and 2 plays resulting in really nice pickups.
Certainly sounds like a 50-50 deal, doesn't it? Sounds like great balance. Well, you know what all those coaches have told us over the years, Brandon, that balance is? It means doing what you want to, when you want to. That play calling is working very well for them right now.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 39-yard line. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Throw left side complete. That's Buchanan. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Over 30 yards there. And first downs on 3 consecutive plays now.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Now a handoff, running off tackle right. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow. And this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
Smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. A great play there.
With his 14th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Chargers have answered that early field goal to take a 1st quarter lead.
Now the try here for the point after. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25. offense at the line, ready to go. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, and now this is intercepted. My goodness. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. Charles, he was looking for just a short throw, kept it in range for the rare linebacker pick six.
And give him full credit for his focus. He just kept the quarterback in his sights, and where he was looking to throw, he positioned himself perfectly to be there for the interception. He made the play of the game for his defense right there.
Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
But no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they have the game here, followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
After one, a 14-3 ball game. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up.
Ready?
Off the RPO. Completes it, and he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, the defender was right on it.
3rd down and 1. Operating from the gun, Morrison. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try to figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it. I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punch coming in, I've never returned punch, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are about whether you should fair catch.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd.
I wonder if they're wandering back to the huddle thinking to themselves, can we just hit rewind and go back a play? Definitely not the down they wanted to begin this drive by giving up a sack. But for the defense, that's exactly how they drew it up.
Off the play fake. Morrison under pressure. They got him again.
Channing Tindall
in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again 3rd and long now. Now the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. This offense so far on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and forever.
Well, looks like they'll move things around here.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And this will be taken at the 13. And just shutting him off there. A very good return that time. 18 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And Charles, what a battle this is within the division, because these guys, they've got the lead, but not by much. On the other side of the field, they're knocking on the door and trying to equal them in the wins category.
And I love that second part that you talked about, equaling them in the wins category, because if somehow you get down to the end of the year and they're tied in record, head-to-head's always the first tiebreaker. So the winner of this game, they'll have a big advantage. A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Right back to him on 1st down.
And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. The Chargers at 6-0. What a start to the season for them. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason, and we know that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
On 2nd down now, it's Harrison, and he is going to lose yardage here. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
They need 12 here. It's 3rd down.
Back to throw here, Herbert. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. On is the Chargers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Here's a 2nd and 5. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Now 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Morrison. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
You tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Back to throw. Morrison.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Let's take it inside his own 40.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards.
And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. They'll send a receiver in motion left. They'll run on 1st down. Harrison has some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
2nd and 5. Here's a quick throw out to Mims.
They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Buchanan. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down. Herbert on 1st down now. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Here's 2nd and 10. Herbert just beat the play clock. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, Davis.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right?
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
It'll be a gain of 4 here, and it will take us to the end of the first half of play.
Now a 2nd and 6.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter.
Ready for the second half. 14-3 our score as we are back underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this 3rd quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
Now it's Herbert. Steps away.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Here's Herbert. Steps away to his left. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fielded just inside the 30. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
And some room to work. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people who have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
On 1st and 10, Morrison. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. So they still get the completion even though the blitz was on. But the blitz got there. Does that stay in the mind of the quarterback the next couple plays?
That's what you're hoping for. That's what you're planning for. It's a little risk reward, right? You're leaving your guys on an island back there in man coverage. But you take the chance that you get to the quarterback, and so he gets completion here. Congratulations. Keep coming at him, and hopefully it pays off by the end of the game that you're starting to get to him while still able to cover on the back end.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Off play action. Morrison.
This one swung out to Williams.
And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. They give it to Williams, running right. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
And now they'll shift things around.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Looking to throw. Morrison. And this is going to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Off the play fake. Morrison. And it's intercepted at the goal line. He gets away from one.
And the Chargers are going to get the football back at their own 17. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
The Charger drive about to get going.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
2nd and 7 from the 20.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Harrison, and he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
A yard, all they need, but it's third down.
OP. Hey, ram.
Up the middle they go. Harrison, and he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
On first down, it's Harrison. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
63 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Now a handoff up the middle. Harrison, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
This is 2nd and 8.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. On 2nd down, it's Harrison.
It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 44-yard line.
Hey, easy. We'll go orange.
They'll keep it on the ground. Harrison. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down.
Home to try.
They'll try the left side. It's Harrison, and he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
I think there's a fatigue factor that's kicking in defensively. You know the will is still strong, but I think the offense is starting to bend it just a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's looked that way. We'll see if they can continue this already strong drive. They'll run on first down. Harrison. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
98 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the fourth quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
Ray.
On first down, it's Harrison. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter. Looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Crowd run. Let's go. Ready.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He finds his man, complete. It's Buchanan.
And the Chargers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Baylor Tiger.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. 2nd, 3rd guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
2nd and goal from the 1.
He'll try again.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game.
And the Chargers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. His throw incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Operating from the gun, Morrison.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
The offense on third down, they're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Morrison. And he comes back with one complete.
And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll bring up 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
So from the 37, here's 2nd and 9.
Off play action. Morrison rolling to his right. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes.
Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Now right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
To throw on 3rd down, Morrison.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
He's got his target. That's complete.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10.
Operating from the gun, Morrison. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
That incompletion brings us one snap closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Chargers will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, that's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
Hey, go Lion.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
123 yards rushing now, as he's done it on 22 carries. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4.
Crowd right. Ready.
They'll keep it on the ground. Harrison, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you can win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time, and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that, and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for the Chargers, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles